Families celebrate the tradition of the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series every August. And along the way, people from around the world forge new friendships in Washington, Pennsylvania. The parents who have logged countless miles to get here burst with pride as they dream of their children becoming World Series champions. For the next 6 days, the center of the 13 and 14-year-old baseball universe will rule Western Pennsylvania. Welcome to the 2019 Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series.
And we've had some of the most spectacular weather of the summer so far for the start of the 2019 Pony World Series. We are at Lou Hayes Pony Field, site of the World Series, and today everyone's excited to see multiple champion Chinese Taipei. They'll make their series debut for 2019, and they'll be up against a team that's already won a game in this tournament, Arecibo, coming from the Caribbean zone out of Puerto Rico. They had a nice comeback win yesterday. As they were down 9-6, they rallied to beat Hagerstown, Maryland. So it sets up beautifully for this matchup today. And the two gentlemen who will be calling the ball game, Lanny Fratteri and Ernie Galuski.
Kyle, thank you very much. Let us be rather blunt with you. When we get ready for the Pony League World Series each year, we look and see, is it Chinese Taipei? Are they part of the equation? And when we see that they are, we expect that they would be the favorites to win.
Yeah, you talk about two Pony League heavyweights. We have them here tonight with Chinese Taipei and Puerto Rico. Chinese Taipei, 13 world titles. Puerto Rico, 7 world titles. And how about this? The last 21 years, the representative out of the Asia-Pacific zone has played in the title game. So you would have to think Chinese Taipei is your favorite here this week.
Just a few minutes away from the introductions of the players.
Unfortunately, we've gotten some bad news.
To whom it may concern, due to budget shortfalls, the Panthers baseball program,
Ballard softball,
Vikings basketball,
Woodlawn soccer,
the Tigers basketball program
is indefinitely suspended.
To whom it may concern,
to whom it may concern, to whom it may concern.
Every kid deserves a chance to play.
There's a place, far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
Nine-time Pony League World Series champion Chinese Taipei. Their players are lined up. They'll take on Arecibo out of Puerto Rico. They came from behind with a 5-run fourth yesterday to beat Hagerstown. Let's go to the public address announcer, Bob Gregg. He has today's starting lineups.
Welcome to Game 5 of the 2019 Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. Let's meet the two teams in this first round game for Chinese Taipei and a winner's bracket game for Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Chinese Taipei is the visitors. Leading off, shortstop, number 6, Liu Chunwei. Batting second, the right fielder, number 9, Seng Yi Wei. Batting third and pitching, number 5, Sun Yi Wei. Batting fourth and catching, number 3, Pai Chun On. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 10, Yang Tzu Chun. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 15, Yang Yu Chong. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 8, Su Xiao Yu. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 1, Lin Rui On. Batting ninth and playing left field, number 7, Chu Swan Chi. Number 2, Huang Nian Yu. Number 4, Li Zita. Number 11, Wang Xinghun. Number 12, Chong Yua Kai. Number 13, Hu Zhui Swan. Number 14, Lin Po Yu. Coach, Chong Kai Ming. Coach, Tai Su Yao. Manager, Chen Yi Sung. Chinese Taipei, Caribbean Zone, and defending Pony World Series champions. And now for the Caribbean champions from Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Leading off, center fielder, number 6, Joshua Chaparro. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Yenzel Figueroa. Catching and batting third, number 9, Adrian Salas. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 17, Yoaniel Santos. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 24, Samuel Cruz. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 19, Joel Corre. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 27, Derek Trinidad. Batting eighth, play and pitching, number 7, Yenzel Arazo. Batting ninth, playing second base, number 33, Victor Ostapero. Number 1, Jeremy Rivera. Number 4, Yasiel Arocho. Number 15, Victor Rivera. Number 21, Marcus Arocho. Number 22, Victor Y. Sapero. Number 25, Julian Ramirez. Coach Angel Perez. Coach Rafael Trinidad. The manager, Victor Sapero. Arecibo, Puerto Rico, Caribbean champions. Umpiring at home plate, Dave Smolko. At first base, Jeff DeChellis. At second base, Pat Carney. At third base, Jeff Rabel Sr. Decisions Committee, Terry Faust, Tom O'Connor, Rick Melton. At this time, we ask that you all rise for the Pony Prayer and our national anthems. Gentlemen and boys, please remove your hats. Thank you to all veterans and active duty members of the United States Armed Forces for your service. We invite you to render a hand salute during the Star-Spangled Banner. Almighty God, help us to realize that we are gathered here to watch young people play baseball, not to second-guess strategy, dispute decisions, or questionability. That we are here to cheer, to encourage, and to join in the fun that is baseball, not to jeer, discourage, or otherwise degrade the game. That while officials and players are expected to perform within the bounds of certain standards, we also, as spectators, are expected to conduct ourselves within the bounds of good sportsmanship. May this contest end without injury, without feelings of ill will, without disgrace, but as an activity worthy of thy blessing. Amen.
It is the champion of the Caribbean zone, Arecibo, Puerto Rico, against the champion of the Asia-Pacific zone, Chinese Taipei, for the right to advance into the winner's bracket of the 2019 Pony League World Series. We'll have the call after this.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
Make a Dunkin' run for a $2 pick-me-up and avoid the afternoon drag.
Should have got one for John.
Yeah. Sorry, John.
It's okay.
Come in for a $2 medium latte or cappuccino from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
Kick off the fall season at the EQT Washington and Greene Counties Covered Bridge Festival, September 21st and 22nd. Explore 10 different scenic covered bridge locations and an array of activities from craft and food vendors, historical reenactments, entertainment, and more. Break away from the everyday. Take a deep breath and dream here. Unplug, unwind, and just be here. Plan your trip today at visitwashingtoncountypa.com. The American spirit lives here.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities, and that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
Make a Dunkin' run for a $2 pick-me-up and avoid the afternoon drag.
Should have got one for John.
Yeah. Sorry, John.
It's okay.
Come in for a $2 medium latte or cappuccino from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
77 degrees. We've had a tremendous weekend weather-wise, and also great crowds for the opening weekend of the Pony League World Series. Don't forget the bases for Pony League, ages 13, 14, 80 feet between the bases, 54 feet from the mound to home plate. 250 down the lines at the Lou Hayes Pony Field, 285 to the power alleys, and 305 feet to straightaway center. By the draw, Arecibo, the home team. And so for Chinese Taipei, Liu, Sheng, Sun, Pai, Yang, Yang Su, Lin, and Chu. Defensively, for Puerto Rico, Santos, Chaparro, and Trinidad left to right. Corey, Figueroa, Chaparro Jr. and Cruz third to first, Salos catching. And on the mound is Erazo.
You just have that sense, Lanny, that we're about to see some really, really good Pony League baseball here. Just the size and the athleticism of what we've seen so far just in the pregame is very impressive.
And the first batter of the game, Leon Chung Yue. He bows to the umpire, and we are underway.
Chinese Taipei, always a very vocal team. Just fun to watch the different baseball cultures here at the Pony League World Series.
I remember a couple of years ago, Chinese Taipei was was singing we will rock you. 1 and 2 on Leo.
I'm just amazed at the pure size of some of these players on the field right now. I mean, look at the first baseman, Samuel Cruz for Puerto Rico, and also the catcher, Adrian Salas behind the plate. I mean, these are two really, really big kids.
13 and 14-year-olds. Called strike 3. First batter of the game is the first out of the game.
You know what? We've talked about it in previous games in this tournament, that just the impressiveness of pitchers being able to throw the ball to both sides of the plate. And that's exactly what Jensen Arazo did there against the leadoff hitter, Lu Chin-Wei.
And Seng Yi-Wei, ball 1. Who can be more vocal today? The Chinese Taipei dugout and their fans, or the folks from Puerto Rico?
I think it's going to be quite the matchup vocally. Both of these fan bases and their baseball cultures are just very energetic. They like to have a good time at the ballpark, especially the fans. Boy, good pitch there from the left-hander, but just underneath the strike zone.
Chinese Taipei winning 3-1 over Long Beach for the championship in 2008. Ball fouled away. Long Beach had taken a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th of the game. By the way, it was a really good championship game. Chinese Taipei had a 3-run 5th. Chen Chengji had the game-winning 2-run double.
Yeah, it was one for the ages last year, no doubt about that.
Two-two pitch is inside. Last 5 years, the championship game has featured a team from the Western Zone and a team from Asia Pacific. If that should be the case for a 6th year, it'd be Simi Valley against Chinese Taipei. Question there from the hitter about whether it was catcher's interference, and it was. Not a time at bat, it is an error on the catcher.
Kind of break there early for Chinese Taipei. We expect out of both of these programs, Puerto Rico and Chinese Taipei. You know, once you get in the middle of these lineups, there's going to be some boppers in there that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. And Chinese Taipei with a runner on base here in the top of the 1st has their 3-hitter up, Sun Hee Lee.
Left-hander Arazo missing high and inside. Jensen Arazo. Called strike to the 1st.
I've already mentioned the size of the catcher, Adrian Salas, behind the plate, number 99 for Puerto Rico, but just he looks major league ready right now. With the body type, good athleticism there. Already seen him trying to pick off runners.
Ground ball to second. Is it 2? No, it is not even 1. 1st and 3rd for Chinese Taipei. Throw into 3rd. Now the throw across to 1st. Safe there. E4. 2nd error already of the game. 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
Boy, that ball was hit extremely hard off the bat. Huffley eats up the second baseman, what should be a 4-6-3 double play. But how about the base running there by Seng Yi-Wei to go 1st to 3rd, and then Clay gets hung up at 1st base, and the 3rd baseman for Puerto Rico, Correa, doesn't pull the trigger and throw it to 1st, hesitated and pumped, and allows him to get back to 1st. So what could have been an inning double play, and then even a pickoff at 1st base for the 2nd out of the inning. Chinese Taipei has 1st and 3rd with nobody or just 1 out here.
And Sun Yi-Ye is injured. Looked like he turned an ankle as he made the turn at 1st base.
Yeah, he read the throw from the right fielder. The throw went to 3rd base from the right fielder Trinidad, and Sun-Hee Lee read it and almost took off to second and then decided against it, but he was already about 40 feet in the baseline, so he was hung up and tried to stop and come back, and you can see that he turns the ankle there a little bit, the foot. Very fortunate he was able to get back. Not giving out away there, but looks like we're going to have a pinch runner.
Lee Zata is the pinch runner. With Pai Chun-un in the number 4 spot of the batting order. Runner going, throw to first, stolen base.
I'll tell you what, Arazo was not planning on throwing to first base there. You could tell he kicked his leg up, saw Lee Zata take off, and then went to first base. Could have very easily been called a balk right there because he was going toward home plate.
And the Chinese Taipei bullpen has to go to work because the player who we just saw injured and twist his ankle, Sun-Hee Lee, is or was scheduled to be the starting pitcher for Chinese Taipei. One ball, one strike on Pai. Hit well, left center field. Sayonara.
Talk about a no-doubter, Lanny. That's off the tents up by the party deck in left center field. What an absolute moonshot by Pai Chun-un.
And let me state again, as Ernie Galuski pointed out, it could have been an inning-ending double play.
Look where this ball ends up, Lanny, on top of the tents out there. Over the tents at the party deck. Wow, what a shot. Maybe the best ball I've ever seen hit here at the Pony League World Series.
Now remember, last year we had a couple up on the road.
Yeah, they were pretty good shots too.
Young-Soo Chun. And ball one. So a 3-0 early lead. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. And the count goes to 2-0. The pitcher warming up at the bullpen for Chinese Taipei is Lin Po-yu.
Works from way down under a sidearm right-hander.
Fly ball to left. Home run. Young-Soo Chun makes it 4-0 as Pai and Young hit back-to-back home runs. And remember, when they had the home run hitters contest on Friday, Chinese Taipei won the team title.
You just see those back-to-back swings, just nice and short and quick and compact. Ball explodes off the bat for back-to-back homers for Chinese Taipei, and they've put an exclamation point on this first inning after Puerto Rico had an opportunity to get out of the inning with a ground ball double play, weren't able to make the play, and now Chinese Taipei has made them pay for that mistake.
And Coach Angel Perez goes out to have a word with the befuddled Arazo. Strikeout, catcher's interference, E4, 3-run homer, solo home run.
That's the way this game works. You never know at what point in the game is going to be that pivotal moment. It may be in the first inning or the top of the first like it was here. You know, but still a lot of baseball to be played. We have no idea how this one's going to turn out, but you know, that double play ball right now is that big play in the game so far.
Young-Yu Chung. 3 left-handed batters in the first 6 spots. Anticipating well, Correa, but he had to wait for a second baseman to get there. Cruz charged. I'm not sure why he did. The bunt was clearly to the left side of the infield. And by the time Sapporo got there, and Correa had to hold up on his throw.
That's how this game will treat you. When things aren't going your way, all of a sudden the game really speeds up for you there. And you're right, Cruz leaves his position when he saw a bunt, even though the ball was bunted down the third base line. And the second baseman, Sapporo, could not get there in time. And Chinese Taipei continues to apply the pressure.
Runner going, a ball. Safe at second.
Wow, what a throw by the catcher there. Salas, though. Good quick feet, quick release, puts the throw right on the bag.
One out.
Still trying to put in perspective the size of some of these kids on the field right now.
Throw to second. Handled behind second base by Figueroa.
Boy, what a play there again by the catcher. Salas to be able to stop that ball, try to make the back pick. Really no play there, but he's showing off his arm a little bit.
4-0 Chinese Taipei, leading in the top of the first. Three and one is the count on Su Xiaoyu. The occupancy limit has been exceeded.
1 foot in the box.
The fire marshal must be here.
Yeah, there were 5 people down in that left field corner.
We still only have 1 out here in the top of the first inning, Lenny. I have a feeling there's still a lot more to go here in the top of the first for Chinese Taipei.
A 3-1 pitch, ball 4.
Already 25 pitch-ins now for Jensen Arazo, the Puerto Rican starter.
And now Lin Rueon. Showing bunt, pitch a ball, throw to second base, and almost thrown away. Sapporo had to slide out behind second base to prevent that ball from getting into center field.
When Salas, man, he's put on a show here in the first inning. Very impressed with his athleticism, but maybe trying to do a little bit too much right now, trying to steal an out for his team. Rough top of the first inning. Sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and not try to force plays.
Throw to second, and breaking for third is Young.
Everything going Chinese Taipei's way right now in the first inning. Zhang is picked off second base there, but is just fast enough to get to third before the relay throw gets there.
There's a strike offered at the pitch, did Lin. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And remember, the Chinese Taipei is going to have to go to a different pitcher from what it intended to have on the mound for the bottom of the first inning, because Sun twisted his ankle running the bases earlier in this inning. Runner going, great pitch on which to run, throw to second, and easily scoring from third is Young Yu Chang, and it's 5-0 on a double steal.
Puerto Rico really has no chance to throw that base runner out. Xu Xiaoyu got a great jump at first base on the left-hander, and then the double clutch by the catcher. Chinese Taipei just being extremely aggressive here and everything going their way in the top of the first inning.
2-1. Just amazing that this whole, the spark was a catcher's interference. 3-2 on Lin.
Nice off-speed pitch there that runs back underneath the hands of Rueon for the strike.
Ball 4 and a wild pitch. And at this point, though I suspect that few of these players play much golf, they're calling mulligan right here. Chu Swan Chi, the batter.
I don't know about you, partner. I didn't see this coming here early in this game.
No, sir. And time called. And Arecibo, Puerto Rico's manager, Victor Chaparro Sr., a gentleman that works in the medical field. He works for a company that makes pacemakers, and we've got a pitching change. And Arocho, who was the winning pitcher in the Friday Puerto Rican win over Hagerstown. Arocho coming on after Arazo faced 8 batters and got only 1 out. Well, several days ago, we all got together at the Dick's Sporting Goods in Washington, Pennsylvania. Well, what a fabulous job the folks from Dick's Sporting Goods have done to support baseball. Jerseys, pants, belts, socks, backpacks for all the players. So we had the Fan Fest on Thursday. A good number of the teams were here. Some were not because of travel plans. And so now Arocho, mentioned a moment ago, the winning pitcher in the ball game on Friday. 7,726 miles for the team from Chinese Taipei to travel to Pittsburgh and then to Washington, Pennsylvania. The team, the Chinese Taipei team, flew from Taipei to San Francisco and then to Pittsburgh.
It's just amazing to watch that on the map like that. How far these kids have actually traveled to be here for this event, the Pony League World Series.
Runners at first and third, 1 out. Chu Swan Chi, the bow to the umpire. Middle infielders for Puerto Rico. Double play depth, runner going at first. The throw will go to third and will end up down the line. Chu scores, and so does Lin Rueon. So it's a stolen base, and then the E2. And certainly one of the stories of this first inning is Salas falling in love with his arm.
Yeah, and he does have a good one, no doubt about that, but he's just tried too hard to make something happen for his team. But, you know, the big question there is, why is the left fielder, Santos, not backing up the play? Did he not know that play was on? Because Rueon is able to score all the way from first on that errant throw down the third base line.
Count 2-0.
Just a nightmare top of the first inning here for Puerto Rico.
Chinese Taipei has 6 stolen bases in this inning. Think about that. 6.
And more importantly, seven runs with only 1 out here in the first. Puerto Rico gets a break there. A pitch that probably was a strike, but not caught by the catcher, bounces off his glove. Most umpires, Lanny, will not give you that call, but in this instance, Puerto Rico gets the call, runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Three and 2 on Chu Xuanqi.
Yasiel Arocha here just doesn't quite look like himself. You get thrown in. Even though you plan for it, I don't think any pitcher's ever ready to come into the game with 1 out in the first inning, you know? Know that you weren't going to be the starting pitcher, and all of a sudden you have to hurry up and get ready and go into a tough situation, and that's exactly what Arocha is doing right now.
Ball 4. And the 3rd walk of the inning.
After a 4-pitch strikeout of Lu Chin-Wei to start this game, he now comes back to the plate in the top of the first inning with only 1 out. 8 consecutive base runners for Chinese Taipei.
Is Chu running here? Arocha steps off.
Did he actually step off the back of the rubber there? I didn't quite see.
Same move again. Is that a step off? I guess in some respects he's stepping not only back but a bit to his right to try to get that pivot set for himself.
How many pickoffs have we seen attempted by Puerto Rico in this inning? Back picks by the catcher. Pickoffs at first. They've been really in love with trying to pick off a Chinese Taipei base runner. There's another back pick by the catcher. It seems like every pitch.
Seven runs on 3 hits for Chinese Taipei. Throw to first, back. You know, it's going to be fun to go back and figure out earned runs in this inning in light of the fact that you had the catcher's interference, which you can't assume is automatically going to be an out. And then you have the error on the second baseman that you can assume is the out as you reconstruct the inning.
But you can't assume the double play in that situation.
That's right. 3-1.
We're going to have some more activity in the bullpen. I think Puerto Rico seeing the same thing I am, where Arocha just doesn't quite look comfortable out there on the mound. Seen him shake his arm a couple of times.
Runner going, ball 4.
It's now 4 consecutive walks for Puerto Rico pitchers. I don't even know if your imagination could put together a more nightmarish inning for Puerto Rico than what they are in the middle of right now. Still only 1 out.
Sang-Yi Wei, he was the player early in this inning that reached base on the catcher's interference.
You know, there's really no way to prepare for this if you're Puerto Rico. You come into this game expecting, like we expected, this to be a very low-scoring, tight baseball game, extremely well-pitched, like a lot of the games we see in the Pony League World Series that involve these 2 zones, the Caribbean zone and the Eastern zone, or Asia-Pacific zone. And it's just not the way it turned out here so far in the top of the first inning. And there's still, as I've mentioned numerous times, a lot of baseball to play here in the top of the first inning. So to feel bad for Puerto Rico right now. You never have a plan in place that can get you through things like this that are so unbelievably unexpected. How about Chinese Taipei? They're not going to be able to run their starting pitcher out there on the mound that they had planned on. And it's just one of those goofy games. Baseball can be a goofy sport at times. And
Dave Smunk, our home plate umpire, we have a microphone on him. Our audio guys, Chris Moran and Ryan Guthrie. I wonder how much, if the game goes too long, whether they have to change the batteries on those microphone boxes.
This one has that capability of going a long time.
Strike called. Interesting setup. I saw this earlier in the inning with the third baseman Correa coming in and shortstop Figueroa positioned, just about 30 feet away from third base. 2 on, 1 out.
As a hitter, if you recognize that, then you pull back and try to slap it through the infield if they're going to leave the entire infield vacant. A lot of motion out there at the middle infielders for Puerto Rico. Looks like they might be trying to set up a pickoff play here, which would be surprising, Lanny. We've seen plenty of pickoffs here in the top of the first.
Strike called outside corner, 0-2. Rocho facing his third batter after relieving Arazo. There's just 1 out. 9 consecutive batters have reached safely. Outside just missed.
So you try to throw that backdoor breaking ball and catch part of the plate, but it just wrapped around the plate, hovered there on that right-handed batter's box line. You know, as an umpire here, you really want to help the pitcher out. I mean, if it's close, you're going to help him out. That one's just a little bit too much off the plate.
Blocked well by Salas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seven Chinese Taipei runs on 3 hits. There have been 4 walks in the inning. 3 errors charged to the team from Puerto Rico. Ground ball to the second baseman, Sapporo. His throw to second for the out there, second out of the inning. Sapporo to Figueroa on the play. Chu goes to third. As Seng has bounced into a force play.
What a play by the second baseman there, Sapporo. What a hop that ball took. The very last hop right on there on the edge of the grass and the dirt. Just took a giant hop. He was able to stick with it, make the play. Great pivot. Really fired a rocket to second base to the shortstop Figueroa to get that force out.
Now Lisa Tu, who entered the game in this first inning about 20 minutes ago, is a pinch runner. Runner going, pitch a ball, no throw. And it is the 7th stolen base of the inning. Strike called. You know, when we started the game, we talked about the vocal excitement. And as it's turned out, the 7 runs put up by Chinese Taipei has quieted the Chinese Taipei dugout. But in the same terms, it has quieted the folks from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, there has been a little bit of a hush. Maybe Chinese Taipei just trying to be respectful and not celebrate a big inning like this, but it has quieted down.
Yeah, that's kind of appropriate. Herman's Hermits, there's a kind of hush all over the world as the world has come to Washington, Pennsylvania. Count 2 balls and a strike on Lisa Tu. Runners at second and third. Will they be stranded or will they become runs 8 and 9? The latter. 9-0.
Lee Zeta wasn't even in the starting lineup when this game began. And now he's 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, a double, a stolen base, and a run scored. We're still in the top of the first, and I will say it again, Lanny. He was not in the starting lineup when this game began. We're still in the top of the first, and he's already having quite the day.
And coming up next is Pai Chun-un, who hit a towering rocket shot in the first inning. Almost took out a street light. Pitching change coming up. Julian Ramirez.
Left-hander will be the 3rd pitcher of the inning here for Puerto Rico. And as a youth baseball coach that has been in this situation on both sides of it, I must say I feel for Victor Cepero. Just tough to manage a game when it gets away from you this early in the game. Right now, instead of coming to the game with such high hopes of, you know, this matchup of heavyweights in Pony League baseball, and just completely goes south in the first inning, and now you're just trying to scramble enough to figure out how to get through this game and then give yourself the best chance to be able to compete later on in the tournament.
Well, on Saturday morning, there was the Champions League game. For nearly 25 years, the Pony League World Series has hosted a gathering of some of the very special kids who love to play baseball and softball. The 10 teams were here. They were standing, the 10 teams and the players from the 10 teams were standing around the infield. High fives, low fives, and a whole lot of fun. That was Saturday morning for the Champions League game.
The Chinese Taipei fans are excited, Lanny, and they have every reason to be excited right now.
It's 9 runs on 4 hits.
And now you got the 2 guys that have already homered in the inning coming to the plate with 2 outs. By Shun Un and Young Shu Chun.
And look how deep the center fielder Chaparro and the left fielder Santos are playing.
Well, if I was playing center field right now, I'd try to get up on that deck where he hit the last one.
Runner goes from second, foul ball. It looks from here, though we don't have a tremendous angle, but it looks from here as if Chaparro's heels are on the edge of the warning track. Not quite. Same thing for Santos in left field.
Yeah, and Lee Zeta had third base stolen very easily there. Ramirez didn't even check him at second base.
Kind of 1 ball, 1 strike. And a trio of players going back into the left field corner. Maybe the manager of Chinese Taipei has changed his game plan now. There's a ball.
Either that
Lin Po Yu was warming up earlier. And now it looks like Wang Sing Un is going to start throwing.
That or he thinks this inning's going to continue to go for a while, which it very well may.
3-1 on Pai Chun-un. 9-0, Chinese Taipei leading.
Hey.
3-2.
Left-hander Ramirez just floating it in there right now, trying to find the strike zone, trying to stop the bleeding here and get this Puerto Rico team into the dugout.
Ball 4. 5th walk of the inning. I bet this inning's going on for about 40 minutes. Also in this inning earlier, Young-Soo Chun with the home run. It was back-to-back homers from Pai and Chun. Appropriately dropped it right under the power through sign. And ball 1 on Young-Soo Chun.
And both home runs were no doubters. And both were accompanied by the bat flip, Lanny. Both Chinese Taipei hitters knew they got it off, flipped the bat.
Runners going. Ball 2. And the throw hit the runner at third. How about that? The third baseman, Correa, was nowhere near the base.
Yeah, he did not cover third base, and it's just been one thing after another here for Puerto Rico in this first inning. You got a catcher back there, and Salas is trying to do everything he can do. That's a great throw. I mean, that throw is right on the money, Landy. Look at this. Right on the money. But the Puerto Rican third baseman is not covering the bag.
Right field. Out number 3. Finally. 9 runs, 4 hits, 9 stolen bases, back-to-back home runs, and an occupancy limit violation.
DJ's a sharpshooter, but when he went down with a shoulder tear, he lost his aim. That's when Dr. Sam Akavan and the sports medicine team at AHN got it back for him, just like they did for Josh Bell. Thanks to the surgeons at AHN, they're both back in the game and back on target. Whatever your sport, whatever your level, getting back to what you love is living proof. Call 412-DOCTORS for an appointment with AHN, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, and by the Observer Publishing Company. And we're marching to the championship game Thursday night. Will Chinese Taipei make another appearance in the championship game? For Puerto Rico, Chaparro, Figueroa, Salas, Santos, Cruz, and Correa. Trinidad, Ramirez, and Chaparro Jr. Defensively for Chinese Taipei, Chu in left, Young in center, Zhang in right, Su the third baseman, Leo at shortstop, Lin at second, Young at first, and Pai catching. Sun was scheduled to start. He injured his ankle in the first inning, and so the ball is given to Lisa Tu.
If you're Puerto Rico and you want to have any chance in this game, you really need to start knocking away at it right now. You need to respond with a big first inning of your own.
Let me ask you this question. If you were coaching this team or the manager of this team, would you tell your hitters take strikes?
Well, my leadoff hitter, yeah. I typically want my leadoff hitter to make a pitcher throw a strike, but it all depends on the hitter. You know, you don't want to take good pitches to hit away. I mean, you're going to have to hit some balls hard and gain some momentum to get back in this baseball game if you're Puerto Rico. But at this point right now, yes. I mean, you know, you have a guy on the mound that wasn't scheduled to start. It's a surprise for him. He's out there trying to loosen his arm right now with arm circles, and he's thrown 2 pitches out of the zone. So, yeah, I think you take till you get a strike here.
Count now 2-2. Arecibo, an 11-9 win on Friday. Hagerstown had led in that game 9-5 after 3.5 innings. Are we selling sushi at the concession stand?
That's what I thought. I thought they were cupcakes at first, but I think they are sushi.
Called strike 3. Chaparro the first out of the bottom of the first inning.
And a nice job there by the catcher to bring that breaking ball back into the zone.
Enzel Figueroa. Lisa Tu's pitch fouled away. Puerto Rico had a 5-run 4th inning and then a 1-run 6th for the come-from-behind win over Hagerstown on Friday. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
And the more times you come here through the years, like you and I have been here, you just always see these Chinese Taipei pitchers can throw that breaking ball for a strike in any count.
Pitch inside. Teams from Puerto Rico have won 7 Pony League World Series championships.
Puerto Rico as a country has won 7 Pony League World Series titles.
1-2 pitch. Low and inside. It is 9-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. And the 2-2 delivery.
Just missing up with that breaking ball. Knock that down just a tick or two, and you're going to get the strike 3 call there.
7 titles, also the 3rd most by any state or nation in Pony League World Series history. 3-2 is inside ball 4.
1 out walk.
Just held on to that fastball a little bit too long. And here is the catcher, Adrian Salas. What a good-looking young athlete.
Couple of hits in the win over Hagerstown on Friday. Couple of RBIs. Time called. Waiting for the players that had been down in the corner to get back to the dugout. Dugouts here at Blue Hayes Pony Field, right behind home plate and right under the press box. Swinging a foul ball. Then we've got a hospitality suite just above the press box. Also upstairs, the dressing room for the umpires. Ground ball to short. Leon to second for the out there, safe at first. Leon to Lynn, second out of the inning. As Salas bounced into the force play. 9-0 Chinese Taipei. The ball was hit so that it forced the shortstop to back off a little bit.
Yeah, he did a nice job taking that big hop, making sure of an out, but Ron couldn't quite get it out of his glove, and that allows Salas to be able to beat the throw at first base.
Now Santos. Ball one. Home run, couple of hits, 3 RBIs for Santos Friday night. Strike, throw to first. And throw handled by Young.
You can see the first baseman there, Young, looking at his catcher and saying, hey, it's a 9-0 game now. We don't have to force any throws over here.
1-1 to Santos. Foul straight back. A high home plate for strike 2.
Santos here in his first 2 swings, really a guy that opens up on his front side early. I think if you could paint something away here, it looks like they're going to try to go away. You'll probably be able to get him to swing and miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chinese Taipei in this top of the first, 9 runs on 4 hits. Perfunctory toss to first. Now 3-2. You
can see Lee Zata trying to work outside. Again, Santos, a guy that really, with that stride foot, his first movement is to open way up. You'll see his front foot stride right toward the shortstop. If you make a mistake middle in, he's very capable of leaving the ballpark here.
Out number 3, couple of strikeouts for Lee Zata. And at the end of 1, Chinese Taipei 9 and Arecibo, Puerto Rico, nothing.
And then I said, it's like cheese on toast. I can take our next you.
Haven't you heard? I live in the neighborhood. It's my constitutional right to bank here.
You know, you could have just used our mobile app.
You've changed.
Welcome to the 21st century, AB baby. That's how you do it.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
We've got a deep history and tradition of Pony League Baseball, including Joe E. Brown, former commissioner of Pony League Baseball. You see him there in glasses. His son, Joe L. Brown, a former Pirates general manager. In Youngstown, you see the Youngstown team from earlier at the Pony League World Series, and Youngstown in 2019 having success as they've won a game here at the Pony League World Series. Chinese Taipei in control of this one as we go back to Lanny and Ernie. Guys, we see Chinese Taipei put up a 9 spot right off the bat. It's kind of like me on the golf course.
What was it, a par 7?
Yeah, par 10. See, Kyle plays the hardest golf courses you could possibly play. Yes. Yeah. He typically shoots under par.
By the way, Kyle was talking about Joey Brown, great comedian, and the father of former Pirate general manager Joe L. Brown. By the way, Joe L. Brown was one of the best general managers in the history of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was an extremely classy individual, and he was the general manager of the Pirates when I was hired as a Pirate broadcaster. Pitch down, low ball 2, and he gave me a tremendous piece of advice when I asked him about, asked him for advice as I became a Pirate broadcaster. He said, work to learn as much as you can about this game from the players and the coaches and the umpires. Ball bunted. And handled, no. On to second goes Young Yu Chung.
Puerto Rico just can't get anything right there. Nice play by the third baseman, Coreb. But he let the throw get up the line a little bit right into the runner, and that becomes an impossible play for the first baseman, Cruz, because he's got to reach back into that runner. And Cruz, actually, luckily, he doesn't get hurt there. You see a lot of first basemen get their wrist jammed or broken on that exact play.
So it's a single and an E5. And so Chinese Taipei has 5 hits. And Arecibo, Puerto Rico, has 4 errors. Now, Susangyu. Fly ball. The left fielder didn't even bother to look. Santos didn't want to look. 11-0.
And that's now 3 separate home runs by Chinese Taipei hitters. All 3 of which just no doubters at all. You see the left fielder there, Santos, just took his glove off and put his head down.
And Lin Rueon steps in. Now 7 runs off the starter of Puerto Rico, Arazo, 2 off Orocho, and now 2 off Ramirez. Ball 1.
If you're Puerto Rico, now's when you really have to. You have to play the game the right way if you're Puerto Rico. Still baseball to be played in this game, and then further on into the tournament. This game hasn't went their way so far, but this is when you learn how to mature as a young baseball player. You're going to have days like today.
Rivera warming up in the right field corner. Now it's 3 balls and no strikes. Boy, I hear you talk about playing the game the right way. I'm glad that there's been so many individuals that have had the opportunity to be mentored by you, because certainly, and this is not an indictment necessarily, but certainly there are those people that are coaching youth baseball that don't know about some of the essence of the game.
Yeah, it's a hard game. Every team, every player is going to go through games like this one right here, where things don't go your way early. You get behind big, but at that point you have to learn how to play the game. You have to finish the game. You have to continue to play it the right way and understand that, you know, the greatest part about baseball is usually win or lose, you get to play again the next day. You know, you have a short memory and you have another chance to go out and prove yourself within 24 hours. So
throw to first, caught leaning, but getting back Lin Rueon as that throw was almost errant.
I think a good throw there, and Rueon is picked off first base. Looks like they're still going to be aggressive here, try to steal bases.
Strike. 14 batters for Chinese Taipei in the 9-run first. And nobody out here in the second.
And you know, Puerto Rico, after falling behind 9-0 like that, you're not going to use up any of you know, your top tier pitchers probably in this game unless your offense can make a miraculous comeback. So it'd be rough for Puerto Rico the rest of the way.
Count 0-2. up high. You saw catcher Salos indicate with his glove, first of all, I want it up here, and then stood up.
A lot of pickoffs in this game, Lanny. We've seen a lot of pickoffs. And I know that can be a pet peeve of yours as well, right? Working with you a little bit in the past.
1-2 pitch. Ball is popped along the third base line, and what a play by Salas. He didn't see it initially, then went sliding through the Pony logo, and it's the first out of the second inning.
Just a super athletic play, and I've continued to talk about Salas here for this entire game. He's got a couple of errors. He's forced some throws, but my goodness, as he tried to play the game hard, even with this team down 11-0, he continues to give full effort here in this baseball game.
Leon Chunwei takes strike one.
I'm surprised nobody else actually went after that pop-up either, Lanny. The pitcher didn't make an attempt after it. The third baseman, it ended up being the catcher who saw it very late hustle over there and make the play.
Fly ball right center field. Chaparro makes the catch, 2 outs, and then Ray Jun goes back to first. The 11-0 Chinese Taipei leading. And now Sang Yi-Wei, who was the second batter of the game and reached on a catcher's interference. Runner going, a ball, throw to second base, and a stolen base. It is the 10th stolen base by Chinese Taipei, which must really frustrate the great throwing catcher Salas.
Yeah, and you know, he's done a nice job throwing it. The pitcher's a little bit slow to the plate, doesn't have much chance.
Chaparro at number 3. Home run by Su Sha-Lu for runs 10 and 11.
At Community Bank, we've made it our business to help area businesses thrive. No matter where you go to work, talk to our business banking team to see how Community Bank can work for you. It's what better business banking is all about. That's Community Bank.
Feel the love. We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter. Life delivered daily.
At Washington Honda, we always work hard to provide you with the service you deserve. Our staff is friendly, well-trained, and knowledgeable, and most importantly, we listen to you. Washington Honda delivers the excitement and the experience that you expect, in addition to quality vehicles that you can depend on. Call us, visit us, or shop online at washhonda.com.
The vehicle you want from the dealership you trust, Washington Honda. It really is all at the mall.
Looking for a new home or to refinance an existing one? The mortgage team at Community Bank will show you how to make your dream home a dream come true. Plus, our rates are pretty dreamy too. All because building better communities is our business. That's Community Bank.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented in part by Duncan, by Westbanco, by Allegheny Health Network, and by Slovenian Savings and Loan. Bottom of the second, and Samuel Cruz will lead off against Lisa Tu. If you're familiar with Broadway, you know that every now and then there'll be an announcement before the curtain goes up that the star of the show is not going to perform tonight, and the backup is there. Well, Sun was scheduled to start this game. He twisted his ankle in the top of the first, and Lisa Tu came in as the pinch runner. Also got an at-bat in the first inning and then took the mound and retired 3 of 4 Puerto Rican batters in the bottom of the first inning, and now make it 4 of 5 with 3 strikeouts. Had a commercial for the Observer Reporter a moment ago. A lot of great things about, here's the strikeout pitch. A lot of great things about living in Washington County, and I have since 1915, and one of the things 1915
oh my,
since 2015. Yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Here is Joel Correa. One of the great things about living in Washington County is the delivery of the Observer Reporter, and sports editor Chris Dugan was here the other day. He'll be covering some of the action during this tournament. Joe Toscano and Joe Schmelzer and Luke Campbell, and the photographs of Celeste Van Kirk. 1 ball and 1 strike on Corey.
Boy, a nice play there on the foul ball.
Did that young man make it?
No, the gentleman in the shirt made it, but then gave it to the young man. What a gesture.
Like holding a gem. $11-0 in favor of Chinese Taipei, and there's the first hit of the game, and the play at first base, but Corey beats it out. Brings up Derek Trinidad.
And the first hit for Puerto Rico, and a nice piece of hitting there going on through the backside. Barrel on the ball, hard hit ball the other way for Joel Correa.
Always enjoy from time to time just staring at the shot from center field. There's nothing really all that mystical about the sign. You know, that fastball just dropped down the 1. Fly ball to left, and 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. 11-0 Chinese Taipei leads. You'll see the catchers very often turning and looking into the dugout, getting suggestions from the manager or the pitching coach about what to throw, where to throw it. And we've got a pinch hitter here, Jeremy Ramirez. Ramirez batting.
That's actually Jeremy Rivera.
I'm sorry, Rivera, excuse me. Ramirez in that spot as Ramirez came on to pitch. So it was Arazo in that spot, in that 8th spot. Then it was Arocho and then Ramirez, and now it's Rivera. By the way, some managers, some coaches use a number system to offer the suggestions to the catcher as to what should be thrown.
A lot of guys, you'll have 2 or 3 different systems. You don't know what's going to happen in a game. Somebody might start picking off your sign, so you have to go from a touch system to a number system. Or
swinging a foul ball, 2-2.
A lot of sneaky ways you can get your point across in this game.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when Kent Tekulve was pitching for the Pirates, Kent had some vision issues. And so basically the catchers were inside right thigh fastball, center, slider, outside left thigh, changeup. I mean, the catchers would still drop the fingers, but then they would touch a part of the body to indicate where to go. 3-2 on Rivera.
My favorite is when you'll see catchers that actually paint their fingernails. And that happens a lot. They'll paint their fingers, they'll paint their fingernails to make it more visible for their pitcher, especially if you're playing in a lot of night games or bright sunny day games.
Runner going, 3-2, 2 outs. Lisa Ta has 4 strikeouts. And we've played 2. Chinese Taipei 11, Puerto Rico nothing.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our adult and community services give individuals with intellectual disabilities or autism the opportunity to develop new skills, have an independent home life, and make their own choices. From personalized daily care and community participation to supervised independent living, we cater to each individual's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
Top of the third, 3-4-5 for Chinese Taipei. I really love working baseball games here at Lou Hayes Pony Field. Very quaint facility. Everything's close to the press box. Our crew from Pikewood Creative parked the truck up by Moose's office. And congratulations once again to our crew. These can be long days. Get here early, get the cameras out, get the audio all set to go, and then great coverage of the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series.
We're going to have a new pitcher here, Lanny. Jeremy Rivera, who actually hit and struck out to end the bottom of the second inning. He'll take over as the pitcher. Pretty good pitch to start it out. 74 mile an hour fastball from the left-hander. Another good pitch. Fastball that runs down to the back foot of a right-handed hitter. So far, so good for Jeremy Rivera.
A kaleidoscope of colors. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Ball 1 and 2. We have a lot of reason to be celebratory as it relates to the beautiful weather we've had for the outset of the tournament, in light of the real bad weather that we had last year that necessitated the shortening of some games, and plus the bad weather that we've had earlier this year. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lisa 2. Came on as a pinch runner in the first inning, stole a base, doubled in that same first inning, and also stole another base. Rivera's 2-2 pitch. Full count.
And after getting ahead 0-2, 2 really good pitches to start this at-bat off. Ran it all the way back to a full count.
Three and 2 on the Chinese Taipei leadoff hitter of the inning. A 3-2 pitch.
Going to hit him. Right on the left foot as he was trying to get out of the way.
Hit by pitch is the ruling of the official on Faust.
We get right back into the middle of this Chinese Taipei lineup, and they have had quite the day so far.
Chinese Taipei a year ago started with a win over Bay County, Michigan, and then knocked off Youngstown. Third game beat the Dominican Republic, advancing Chinese Taipei to the championship game in the win over Long Beach. That's how it unfolded last year. Count is 0-2.
By Chunyan. 1 for 1 today with the home run, the walk. He's fallen behind 0-2. See if Rivera can put the power hitter away.
No. Nope. First and second, nobody out. Chinese Taipei leads 11-0.
And Rivera just left that pitch right over the middle of the plate. An 0-2 pitch. I think this catcher wanted it away and got it back in and ran back over the plate. And can't do that to good hitters like Pai Chun-Young.
And now Young Soon Chan, who homered in the first inning. And a called strike on him.
Shu Chun was asking for time and actually left the batter's box, but it was not granted. Therefore, the strike call will stand.
The winner of this game will play Youngstown on Monday. Swinging a foul ball, 0-2. Well, the loser of this game plays Monday morning.
You never want the Monday morning game. Or a morning game in general.
0-2 on Young with 2 men on and nobody out. Left-hander Rivera. Runners going. Out at third. So it's a caught steal and 2-5. Pai advances to second as the trailing runner, but does not get credit for a stolen base.
Salas puts that throw right on the bag once again. This time his third baseman helps him out by covering third base.
Bouncer to the mound. Rivera, after a second or two, looked the runner back to second and then gets the out. Second out of the inning. Runner at second, 2 outs for Young Yu Chung.
A nice play there by Rivera to not only be athletic enough to leave his feet and make that play, but to have the awareness to stop the runner at second base, keep him there, and then knowing he still had plenty of time to get that out at first base.
Pitch up high, ball 1.
You know, Laney, when you get into games like this and you're the team on the wrong end of it, you start looking for little mini victories within the game, right? This little things that you can talk about after the game as a manager or as a coach to, you know, be positive and things like this. And I think a 0 right now. Puerto Rico can put a 0 up on the scoreboard. That would be a little bit of a mini victory for them in this game. Especially after the first 2 hitters of the inning reached base.
Pitch off the glove of the catcher Salas, and Pai Chung-un goes to third. Well, pitch is the ruling of Ron Faust.
That's missing your spot there. Catcher Salas wants that pitch down and away to the left-hander, and it ends up being a fastball that rides up and in. It's a difficult play for the catcher to go all the way up and make that play when he's anticipating it down and away.
Three balls and a strike. Eleven runs, 7 hits for Chinese Taipei. 4 errors committed by Arecibo. Ball 4. 7th walk issued by Puerto Rican pitchers. And now Su Xiaoyu, who is 1 for 1 in the game, hit a 2-run homer in the second.
And now I think we have another problem down the left field line. We don't have enough occupancy. We're down to 2. Can't be over 3. Now you're down to 2. You got to have a protector down there for the pitcher for sure.
And the fire marshal has alerted the team from Chinese Taipei. 3rd home run of the game coming in the second inning to account for runs 10 and 11, and Rivera is checking out of the game. Seemed to be pitching quite well, I mean, respectively, in light of what we've been transpired, what we've seen so far in these first 3 innings. And Rivera's going out to the outfield. Rivera works 2/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, a walk, hit batsman, wild pitch.
Looks like Rivera is going to go to center field. And the center fielder, Joshua Chaparro, will enter the game.
This is the 5th pitcher of the game for Puerto Rico. Rivera in center, Caparo pitching. I've always been amazed by this, that you can take it to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. You can guarantee money by betting somebody that when there's a pitching change, the outfielders will all come together. Guaranteed.
It's automatic, yeah.
They don't. There's no reason for them to come together. There's nothing they really have to talk about.
I mean, baseball can be a lonely sport, though. especially long innings. And believe
but I've
me,
always been amazed by that. It's guaranteed. Pitching change, outfielders come together.
Yes. Yeah, it's just part of the game. I just don't like it when they go to a knee or sit down. And you'll see that in the major leagues now. They used to be really frowned upon, but you'll see guys now with their hats backwards and down on a knee and doing things that that I'm still trying to accept. I'm trying to become a new age baseball guy.
No, that will never happen, folks. Rudder at first going. Pitch goes back to the screen. And the throw to the plate. So we got a stolen base and a wild pitch. And we've got a 12-0 ball game.
How about that? Xu Young goes first to third. Initially stealing the bag, but never breaks stride after the throw to the plate. He continues to run all the way to third base.
Young's got 4 stolen bases in this game.
Wow.
And the ball skips off the glove, and another wild pitch. And it is 13-0.
And if you're Puerto Rico manager Jeremy or Victor Chaparro, you just have to shake your head and find a way to forget about what's going on here tonight. Just everything that could go wrong for Puerto Rico has went wrong in this game.
2 balls, 1 strike. By the way, though Chinese Taipei has 13 runs, it has only 8 RBIs.
And only 7 hits. Usually when you're doubled up on runs from how many actual base hits you've had, you've gotten some help along the way via the walk or error.
Chinese Taipei has 11 stolen bases, 7 hits. Two outs, nobody on, 2 runs in.
Good pitch there by Chaparro. Tried the Johnny Cueto trick. He froze in his balance point, trying to throw the hitter off the timing of the hitter.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. The pitch was in. And Chaparro makes the catch. But Chinese Taipei comes up with 2 runs on 1 hit. After 2.5 innings of play, Chinese Taipei 13 and Puerto Rico nothing.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
What are we playing to this time?
How about a game of MVP?
415 to right field.
Right field with the Kirk Gibson trot. Seat 15.
That's an M.
Dodger dogs all day.
Woo! Extra kraut, please. Foul pull.
That looks like a V.
All tied up. Looks like I win MVP again.
Let's run it back.
Lou Hayes Pony Field was constructed in 1952, and they've played the Pony League World Series right here at this facility ever since. And the Pony League World Headquarters is here in Washington, Pennsylvania, as well, just a few miles away off of I-70. So this is how it looked when it was built in 1952, and this is how it looks in 2019. And special thanks to our drone pilot, Chris Moran, getting these great shots. You used to have to rent a helicopter to get aerial shots, but guys, it's a lot easier now.
All right, bottom of the third, couple of changes. Leon is the new pitcher. Lisa Tu goes to second base. And who's at third?
Who's at third? Was Swan?
Who? Gui Swan.
Yes. By the way, I think I've decided I'm going to get you a drone for Christmas this year, Lanny. I've been thinking about it this entire game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1-1. What makes you think that I am talented enough to be able to operate it?
Well, I mean, if I get it for you for Christmas, you should be able to operate it by next year's Pony League World Series, and we could actually operate it out of the broadcast booth here. That'd be kind of cool.
We'd have dueling drones. The drone of the broadcast booth and the drone of the truck. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sapara.
Sounds like a lot of fun to me. You'll have 8 months to figure it out.
1-2 pitch. Fly ball into shallow left center field. Young makes the catch, 1 away. We're in the bottom of the third. There is a 10-run rule, but we'd have to get through the bottom of the 5th inning. And it brings up Chaparro. No, it doesn't. It is Victor Y. Chaparro. So far, just 1 hit for Arecibo. And a pitch up high, ball 1.
Yeah, young man having some fun with his coloring book.
Ball popped into shallow right center field. Second baseman Lee Satur makes the catch, 2 outs. And it'll bring up Figueroa. 13-0. Chinese Taipei leads. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
A couple of real quick outs here for the relief pitcher Lin Rieon. 6 pitches, 2 outs.
Pitch up high, ball 1.
There it is. You see the coloring book there, Lanny?
Uh-huh.
Pretty good job. Started out a little rough. He was outside the lines, but he brought it all together for a beautiful picture of a T-Rex.
And now let's hope that over the next couple of years we take this young baseball fan and spin him from the coloring book into a scorebook.
Absolutely.
We've got to get more young people keeping score.
I could not agree with you more. We have to get more young people actually using pencils and pens. writing utensils.
Here's the 2-ball pitch, and it's inside 3-0. You know what, a couple of times during our broadcast this weekend, you and I've sounded like a couple of old fogies.
Hey, I think, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being an old fogey. But, I mean, the youth of America today, they write with their thumbs on their phones.
3-ball pitch. In for a strike, 3-1. Is that true, grandson? He can't hear it. He's got the headset on talking to the truck. 3-1. My grandson Spencer is part of our TV crew. Michael Capelli is the stage manager along the third base line with Kyle Wiggs. Send rocketing skyward. And a 1-2-3. Bottom of the third. Chinese Taipei leads 13-0. They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented in part by Community Bank, by Marthinson and Salvetti Insurance Group, and by Pathways. A couple of changes for the team from Puerto Rico. Arocho is at second base. This is Marcus Arocho at second base, and the new pitcher is Victor Zaparo. He becomes the 6th Arecibo pitcher of the game.
The defensive changes for Arecibo. Staying in the game to pitch, number 22, Victor Zaparo.
We have seen a lot of arms in this game, Lanny. But, you know, you got to try to piece it together. You get down 9-0 in the first inning if you're Puerto Rico and you're just trying to piece the game together, try not to use as much pitching as possible because you know that you're now planning on trying to find a way to win the next game that you'll have to play in this tournament.
And also we've got Victor Rivera coming in to play left. Jeremy Rivera in center. A moment ago, Kyle was talking about the Pony League World Series headquarters. They are located contiguous to the Wild Things ballpark, up above on the hillside there above Crown Center. And Lynn Rueon, he's walked twice in the game. A 9-run first inning for Chinese Taipei. 9 runs on 4 hits. There were 9 stolen bases for Chinese Taipei in the first inning. And strike 1 on Lin. Swinging a foul ball to make it 0-2. Three home runs for Chinese Taipei in the game. Should Chinese Taipei win, it would play Youngstown Monday at 5:30. Youngstown beat Guasave, Mexico on Friday. Foul ball out of play, 0-2.
Nice job here by Zaparo just to go at these hitters. You know, the walk and the hit by pitch has really hurt Puerto Rico here in the first 3 innings of this game. They have not won an inning without at least 2 walks in the inning.
One-two pitch. Foul ball back to the netting. Yes, 6th pitcher of the game for Puerto Rico. And the only pitcher that's worked more than 2/3 of an inning is Ramirez. Worked an inning and a third. Ground ball to short, Figueroa. And 1 away. Hey, tell me why infielders do that. They seem to double clutch with their glove.
After they catch the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something you teach, but it's almost a rhythm thing that you don't worry about too much on a routine play. Obviously, you don't want them to get into a habit of always patting their glove, because on plays that are going to be bang bang at the bases, they need to get it and get rid of it. But it's a timing thing, it's a rhythm thing. You take so many repetitions and ground balls and fungos that you just get into the habit of being active with your hands while you're moving your feet to deliver the throw.
The feet, very pivotal.
That's how you play infield, with your feet. Everybody thinks you need to have a really, really nice glove. You got to have really good feet. That's what you got to be able to have to be a good infielder. And what was that right there? Just not a balk. There was nobody on base.
No one on base balk. Like somebody said, let's pause for commercial break, or at least for station identification.
I mean, there's nobody on base. This should not be a. I mean, what are they going to do? Award the hitter a ball?
No, no one called time. Did you call balk? Did anyone call balk? You can't call balk. So we just have nothing, and we keep the 0-1 count. Nothing? Okay, we have nothing. It's not an illegal pitch. It's not an illegal.
I think now they're discussing that one of the umpires actually called time.
Yep, it's nothing. Okay. All right.
Like I said, that was just a pause for station identification.
Yeah. Little TV time for the umpires. That's what that was all about. That was playing in between innings.
One ball, one strike on Chu Swan Chi.
Shapiro just trying to get through an inning here for his team.
2-2.
Good call there by the home plate umpire. It's time to, you have to open up the strike zone here a little bit.
Talking about, it's called strike 3-2 out. We're talking about playing infield with your feet. Remember, the Pirates at one point moved Bobby Bonilla from the outfield to third base, and they convinced Bobby that he had to have a little dance step.
Yeah.
So that his momentum, he was moving as the pitch was coming into the plate.
A lot of people teach you it's actually a prep step, and then you take a little hop, and you want your feet to land as soon as the ball is getting into the hitting zone. And it's just that old, the way I had explained to me for a long time by an old baseball coach was, if you have a car that's going 0 miles an hour at a red light, and a car pulls up beside it going 0.5 miles an hour, and the light turns green, which one of those cars gets a much better start? It's the car that's going 0.5 miles an hour because it's already in motion, right? And it takes time to start. It takes time to get going, and that's why you want your infielders to already have a little bit of motion pre-pitch, and you want their body to be moving as the ball gets into the hitting zone, because they're going to react quicker and cover more ground.
2 down, nobody on in the top of the 4th inning. 13-0 Chinese Taipei. Got a look at it there from the first baseman, Cruz, taking a couple of steps forward on the pitch. And Sapporo. Fly ball to center. And Chinese Taipei retired 1-2-3. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Chinese Taipei 13, Puerto Rico nothing.
A college education. A new den edition. The trip of a lifetime. At WesBanco, your home becomes more than a home when you take advantage of our new low home equity flex line loan rate. WesBanco, by all accounts, better.
Unfortunately, we've gotten some bad news.
To whom it may concern, due to budget shortfalls, the Panthers baseball program,
Ballard softball,
Vikings basketball,
Woodlawn soccer,
The Tigers basketball program
is indefinitely suspended.
to whom it may concern,
to whom it may concern,
to whom it may concern.
Every kid deserves a chance to play.
Play of the game came early. Fourth batter of the ball game. Bai Chung-un. 3-run homer. Sent it rocketing. Almost picked off a streetlight. And that made it 3-0 Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei went on to score 6 more runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. New pitcher now for Chinese Taipei. Wang Xingpyong. Adrian Salas, the batter. Nope, there it is, Adrian. Pitches down low, ball 1. Our play of the game brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. I spent a couple $100 at Dick's the other day.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, well, good stuff. I picked up a new pair of binoculars. Ball fouled away. Also bought grandson Spencer a new one of those golf watches. He's made the varsity golf team in high school.
Like one of the, they're probably over my head, the technology of these watches.
The watches, GPS watches, that they tell you how far you are away from the green. Bobbled. With a strong, accurate throw. Salas the first out of the bottom of the top of the 4th inning. I was right, bottom of the 4th inning. And now Santos steps. It isn't Santos. All these changes that have been made. Victor Y. Rivera went into play left field in the top of the inning. There is a 10-run rule, so we have to get through 5. Pitch up high, ball 1. Championship game Thursday night, 7 o'clock on AT&T Sports. Pirates, after a weekend in St. Louis, going out to play the Angels. Ball popped off to the right, not a play. You ever been to Dodger Stadium?
I have not.
Oh my gosh!
But a good friend of mine will be spending a lot of time there. Jed Jerko, who got traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers at the deadline. So he went from the Cardinals to the Dodgers. So might have to make the trip.
1 and 2, great ballpark. Dodger Stadium, which happens to be the 2nd oldest ballpark in the National League, behind Wrigley Field.
Really? Just talking with Jed, he was excited because he said he loves to hit in that ballpark, and he spent 3 years with the Padres, so he played there quite often.
Pitch outside, 2-2. 13-0 Chinese Taipei leading.
Yeah, that's such a mental advantage for a hitter too. That, you know, to know they like to hit in a ballpark. You know, you've talked to hitters for a long time. Some guys don't see it well in some ballparks and see it great in others.
Soft liner, base hit. A 1-out single. I once had and I'm not going to identify the player, but I once had a player tell me that he was convinced that he could not hit in ballparks that were located along rivers. Claimed that the water vapors would make it, the density of that water vapor would make it more difficult to hit home runs.
And I'm going to assume that you're going to have to identify that he was a Pirate.
He was a Pirate, yeah. So
yeah,
good luck with that.
Yeah, or Cincinnati or anywhere, really.
Swinging a foul ball.
I mean, how many parks are there out there that aren't very close to a large body of water or a river?
What's your definition of close? Like Wrigley really isn't that close to Lake Michigan.
But Busch Stadium is, and St. Louis is close to water.
That's right.
San Francisco's right on the bay. Dodger Stadium, is it close to any type of water?
No.
Seattle, it rains nonstop, so you're always a part of the water in Seattle.
Swinging a foul ball, it's 0-2. And hobbling is Samuel Cruz. One on, one out. Ow, off that right foot.
Yep. It's got the protector on the wrong foot. Isn't that the way it always works? You put the big protection on your left foot, and somehow you find a way to foul the ball off your right foot.
Oh, 2 pitch to Cruz inside. Bob Walk used to quote a general, and I forget what the general's name was. He used to quote a general that said, "If you try to defend everything, you defend nothing."
Makes a lot of sense.
Sure does. The erudite Bob Walk. 1-2 pitch, bouncer to third. 1-2.
Doesn't get any prettier than that.
No, it does not. Around the horn double play.
Kick off the fall season at the EQT Washington and Greene Counties Covered Bridge Festival, September 21st and 22nd. Explore 10 different scenic covered bridge locations and an array of activities from craft and food vendors, historical reenactments, entertainment, and more. Break away from the everyday. Take a deep breath and dream here. Unplug, unwind, and just be here. Plan your trip today at visitwashingtoncountypa.com. The American spirit lives here.
All right, we move to the top of the 5th inning. Roger Leonard, our producer, Scott Bartlett, the director, our executive producers, Mike Parsons and Dan Lohman. And for the top of the 5th inning, Sang-Yi Wei will lead off. Just 2 hits for Puerto Rico, 7 hits, 13 runs for Chinese Taipei. A year ago, Chinese Taipei beating Long Beach in the championship game 3-1. A really, really outstanding baseball game.
Game I was anticipating that kind of game here tonight between these two great programs, it's not always the same team, but it is the same programs that come here and represent their zones at the Pony League World Series, and things just got away from Puerto Rico in that 1st inning.
The second batter of the game. There's a base hit to center field, a leadoff single in this 5th inning. The second batter of the game, who happened to be Sang, who just delivered the base hit, reached base on a catcher's interference, and then right after that there was a ground ball to the second baseman. Could have been an inning-ending double play. We could have gone from, instead of Chinese Taipei scoring 9 runs in the 1st inning, to not getting any. Throw to first.
And it was a really hard hit ball by the hitter at the plate right now, Sun-Ji Lee. But it was a hard hit ball right at the second baseman. The ball took a little bit of a tricky hop there, but Taylor made 4-6-3 double play to end the inning, and Puerto Rico would have been able to put a 0 up instead of what eventually became a 9 spot after multiple walks, multiple home runs, and how many stolen bases again in the first inning?
9.
9 stolen bases in 1 inning.
Last call is 50-50. Last call 50-50, 130 plus to the winner. Last call is 50-50.
I know what you're thinking right now. I know you love those pickoffs in a 13-0 game.
Yes, I do.
I was thinking the same thing. I just kind of wanted to lay the blame on you.
Pitch is high, ball 4. Ever tell you the story about Bob walking Olympic Stadium in Montreal?
I don't believe so.
At Olympic Stadium in Montreal, they used to have these little paper chickens on sticks.
Okay.
And every time an opposing pitcher would throw to first, they'd put another chicken on the scoreboard.
Okay.
And you had to throw to second.
I mean,
and so one day Walkie's out there and he keeps throwing to first base. And Leland runs out to the mound and says, "What are you doing?" And Walkie says, "I'm trying to see how many chickens I can get up on the scoreboard."
And you know players do things like that.
Oh.
Absolutely. Look at the lead there. It's going to be another stolen base at third. Call him out. Yeah. That is the second time in this game, Lanny, the Chinese Taipei has made the first out of the inning at third base with an attempted steal. Another great throw there by the catcher, Salas.
I think you're really in love with this catcher's arm.
I just like the way he plays the game. He had a rough first inning, but moves his feet around. He's continued to play hard. Those are the types of things I look for in a player. They've been easy to kind of get lazy and give in after that first inning, but he continues to play hard behind the plate. He does have a really good arm.
Counts 1-1. Wang Yan-yo, the batter. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, I pay a lot of attention to catchers because I think a catcher that has good body language and good skill and good energy, I mean, I think it sets the tone for the entire baseball team. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, that guy back there is not only a guy that has so much responsibility in calling a game and catching a game, but just the way they play the game is infectious toward everybody else on the field.
Three balls and 1 strike on Wang. Chinese Taipei, the 13-0 lead. Puerto Rico's last ups, most likely coming up in the 5th inning. Base hit to left field by Wang. And it is now 14-0. 1 out double.
Good piece of hitting there. Kept his hands back long enough, but was also able to stay inside of that inside pitch that was up and elevated. And that's not the easiest pitch to stay inside of, up and in. But Shun Yan able to get there to continue his great day here. Now 3 for 3 with a single, a double, and a 3-run homer.
Young Soo Chun takes a pitch high, ball 1. 14 runs on 9 hits for Chinese Taipei. Should Chinese Taipei win, it would play Youngstown Monday, 5:30. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Youngstown, the win over Guasave, Mexico on Friday. Now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Cepera's done a nice job since entering this game. Obviously comes in the game in a tough circumstance. down 13-0, but he was able to throw a 0 up there on the board in the 4th inning and battling here in the 5th.
Three and one. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs that have scored. Here's a hit batsman, and this will add to what I'm about to tell you, that of the 14 runs that have been scored by Chinese Taipei, 7 of those batters that scored either reached base on a walk or a hit batsman.
Yeah, and then you start adding a couple more, and you have 1, 2, 3 more have reached base via the error. So there's your storyline of the game, right? You have to throw strikes and you have to make plays defensively to have a chance to win, and Puerto Rico has not been able to do that here in this game.
Young Chung Chu. Ball lifted off to the left, and the catch made by Salas, second out of the inning. Two on and 2 outs. It'll bring up Su Xiaoyu. Oh, no, I take that back. A change here. Here's Hu Guiswan. Took over at third base and gets his first at bat of the game here in the top of the 5th inning. Strike one called.
I think that was a changeup there, floated in there for strike one. Nice pitch by the right-hander.
And the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball.
Oh, nice play.
Oh, indeed. Picked well by Correa. Chinese Taipei with a run on 2 hits. Last chance for Arecibo, Puerto Rico.
Brett loves tennis, but a knee injury made it hard to even walk. Then he got a new knee from Dr. Brian Mosier and AHN Orthopedics, the same experts Josh Bell turned to for his knee surgery. Now they're both back on their feet and rallying. Whatever your sport, whatever your level, getting back to what you love is living proof. Call 412-DOCTORS for an appointment with AHN, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, bottom of the 5th inning, and a last chance for the team from Puerto Rico. 4 games on Monday, 4 games on Tuesday, and the championship game on Thursday. And the new pitcher for Chinese Taipei is Shang Chi Kai.
Chinese Taipei's really, with that big lead early, they've been able to, use a pitcher every inning, not blow anybody up as far as the pitch count. That's after losing their starting pitcher in the top of the 1st inning to an injury when he was running around the bases. Looked like he might have sprained his ankle or jammed up his foot and had to come out of the game before he actually even threw a pitch in the bottom of the 1st inning.
Base hit to left for Correa. Correa just made that fine play that ended the top of the 5th inning. Now Trinidad to come up.
It really was a beautiful play at third base. That ball stayed down on him. He stayed below it, and then, wow, the way he set his feet and got on top and threw a laser across the infield. Isn't that the way it always works? You make a great play to end the inning, you're always the first guy to come to the plate and hit a single to left.
Yeah. Trinidad takes ball 1. To tell you how tough it has been offensively for Puerto Rico, it has not had a runner in scoring position in this game. Now the count 2 balls, no strikes.
Just a walk and a couple of singles and hit into a double play to end the 4th inning. So you are correct, Lanny. Have not had a runner to second base yet in this game.
2 balls and 1 strike. Trinidad swings, fly ball the opposite way. And 1 away. Now 2 more outs, and Chinese Taipei will prepare itself for a matchup with Youngstown on Monday at 5:30.
Chinese Taipei has just played a very good baseball game. No errors to this point. Only 2 more outs to get the 10-run rule victory. They have just played fundamentally sound baseball.
Jeremy Rivera takes ball 1.
Actually, I think they called it a strike.
Oh, yep, they did. Thank you.
Good breaking ball there to get strike 2. Where do these pitchers come from? I mean, they're just a new guy every inning, and he comes out here and just very good stuff.
Fastball away, 1-2. One-two pitch is outside. Not that I'm an astrologer, but I've been keeping tabs on the moon. I'm wondering whether we might get to a full moon the night of the championship game on Thursday. Check that out for me, will you, Ernie?
That's a pretty good moon. You know what? You say that.
You have an app on your phone that can.
A lot of these people I get laughed at because I have no apps on my phone. Now, I want you to look. I want you to look at my apps, okay? Just the normals, and then I actually do have moon phase.
Oh yeah?
Yes, it's one of my apps.
Right next to the app for your stock market.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
And ball 4, 2 on and 1 out.
It's not looking good for you. This Thursday is actually the waxing gibbous. It's only 54.7% full on Thursday night.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yes.
What is it now?
It is 13.19% full. I'm just telling you. Or actually, no, I'm a week behind, Lanny. That's why I don't use apps. That's why I don't use the apps.
Pitch outside, ball 1. Well, we're not going to leave this broadcast until we find out.
All right, what is the date? Sunday the 11th.
Sunday
correct?
the 11th.
All right, then we are 83% full.
Okay.
Ooh, Thursday, you're at a full moon, Lanny. 99.88% on Thursday night.
By the way, just as a tie-in, there is a story about Neil Armstrong that is in the 2019 Pony League World Series program. Strike called, 1-1. You know, if you couldn't have helped me with that, I was going to Kyle Wiggs. I knew Kyle would come up and help me with that.
Kyle has countless apps on his phone. It's in the hundreds.
Fly ball to center. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, and He's 1 out away from ending this ball game. And we're going to have a pitching change. So Chung leaves. And it's going to be
looks like Lin Po Hu.
Yeah, it is Lin Po Hu. And he has been called on to get the final out of the game. It is 14-0 in favor of Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei scoring 9 runs in the first inning, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fifth.
So, I mean, do you have a lot of apps on your phone? I have very few.
No.
I've just never gotten into the whole thing. And took my
like I said, I saw yours. You've got one for West Virginia University and then one for the stock market.
No stock market. Here I have, you know, my favorite is obviously the weather apps. I need my my radar, my radar and weather, and you know, I do have Uber. I took my first Uber ride.
Oh, did you really?
Yes.
I did not.
Yeah.
From where to where?
I was in Oklahoma City for the Big 12 baseball tournament, and we were there a while, and I wanted to go explore a little bit. It worked out okay. Worked out. I have the MLB app. Got to check in on my favorite major league teams and my favorite players. But the moon phase, I've had that one from day one when I got a smartphone. I use it.
So Thursday night, championship night, full moon.
Full moon.
People tuning in saying, what are these yokels talking about? Well, such is the life of baseball announcers when it's like this, 14-0. Victor Y. Sapporo to step in.
1 out to go here for Chinese Taipei to get that big first victory on their march to what they hope to be another championship run here in Washington, Pennsylvania.
Strike called. One ball, one strike. Puerto Rico down to its final out.
A really good pitch there, just underneath the strike zone. I haven't seen that pitch very much tonight. Pitchers seem to be pitching more up in the zone now with the way that a lot of the hitters have changed their approach.
Well, Kenta Colby, that delivery and that good sinker.
Probably brings back a lot of great memories for you.
Sure does.
Watching that down under delivery.
And this ball game is over. Final score, Chinese Taipei 14, Arecibo, Puerto Rico nothing.
Make a Dunkin' run for a $2 pick-me-up and avoid the afternoon drag.
Should have got one for John.
Yeah. Sorry, John. It's okay.
Come in for a $2 medium latte or cappuccino from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
A college education. A new den edition. The trip of a lifetime. At WesBanco, your home becomes more than a home when you take advantage of our new low home equity flex line loan rate. WesBanco, by all accounts, better.
The perfect car is waiting for you at South Hills Toyota, and we make it simple. South Hills Toyota has been delivering quality vehicles and quality service for decades. Our goal is to have your total ownership experience always exceed your expectations. We always keep a tremendous inventory so you can find the right vehicle for you and your family.
The vehicle you want from the dealership you trust. South Hills Toyota. It really is all at the mall.
Make a Dunkin' run for a $2 pick-me-up and avoid the afternoon drag.
Should have got one for John.
Yeah. Sorry, John.
It's okay.
Come in for a $2 medium latte or cappuccino from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
And Chinese Taipei, 14 runs, 9 hits. Puerto Rico, no runs, 3 hits, and 4 errors. The team from Chinese Taipei stole 11 bases in this game. 9 of the 11 were a part of the first inning. So Chinese Taipei moving on to take on Youngstown in a 5:30 game on Monday. 3 home runs in the ball game. Back-to-back shots by Pai and Young in the first inning. The Pai home run was a 3-run shot. And then in the second inning, Su hit a 2-run homer. So it was Chinese Taipei sprinting to an easy 14-0 victory over the team from Puerto Rico. Both teams, by the way, used a handful of pitchers. Again, it was a 9-run first inning. Let's go down to Kyle Wiggs.
Chinese Taipei a winner tonight, 14-0, and Pai Chin An is with us. He hit that big 3-run home run to get the offense kick-started in the first inning. Daniel is our interpreter, and the first question I'd like to ask, is that power typical, not only with him, but with the entire team all year?
就是刚刚你就是打那个3分全垒打，是在每个队你都有这样子的表现吗？
对啊，就是在之前的比赛都有打过这种全垒打。
Yeah, it's very typical in Hogan, especially in Taiwan. It's a very typical power for 3 home runs. Yeah. He always do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the pitching tonight, of course, you lose your starter to an injury early on. Speak to how those guys stepped in and kind of carried the momentum, kept the momentum, the job they did on the mound tonight.
就是刚刚在那个我们原本的先发投手因为受伤了嘛，那后来就是怎么样，就是怎么样就调整这些守备位置。
因为后面的守备我们的球员他们都比较好一点，就是可以帮忙代替他们，而且这样。
The substitute players have good communication and then they cooperate very well, so they can handle the whole team.
Everybody has their role.
Yeah.
Last thing for you, what does it mean for you to be representing your country and having another opportunity to win a world championship, a Pony League World Series?
他问说，你怎么样？就是觉得要怎么样，就是可以带领大家，就是赢得这次的世界杯的比赛，小马的Pony的比赛。
就是大家团结一心，把该做的做好就好。
Okay, just try your best and do your best. We're gonna win the World Series.
All right, they're gonna win the World Series. They're off to a great start. Daniel, we appreciate your time. Thanks for helping us translate. And our player of the game, Pai Chin An, with that 3-run home run. He finishes with 2 hits and 2 runs scored, 3 RBI. Let's go back to Lanny and Ernie.
Kyle, thank you very much. And again, our thanks to the fabulous Pikewood crew for providing us tremendous coverage of the Pony League World Series. Brought to you by